The iPhone 15 series released in September of this year came with a long-awaited, much-anticipated update. The transition from Apple's own Lightning connector to the now almost universal USB-C port, and that is a game changer in many ways. Now, there are many reviews out there that focus substantially on the benefits of this new USB port on the iPhones, mainly in relation to how it improves production of film and photography. But in this video, I want to talk about how this has drastically improved the sound quality of your music file and, in general, your audio listening experience, especially when connected with the Bowers Wilkins PX8. But there's more. So, with no further ado, let's get right into it. Since September of 2012, the iPhones have always had the Lightning connector. During that time, many premium smartphones had already transitioned to the USB-C port. Here, I think of every high-end smartphone under, say, the Android banner. But this year, hand-forced by the European Union, Apple finally adopted the USB-C port. But what's interesting is that it did it wholeheartedly. That is to say, there were little to no restrictions on what this USB-C port could do, from plugging in an external SD card and SSD card to recording ProRes log files to enabling a slew of mobile photography and video accessories. Now, the Bowers Wilkins series have one amazing features that makes these headphones worth owning, and that's the fact that they come with an internal DAC or DAC, and by DAC I mean digital to analog converter that makes it possible to bypass the Bluetooth connection to enable wired audio listening via USB-C. Now, while the USB-C itself does not translate to better audio quality, what this means is that with the supplied USB-C to USB-C cable, the PX8 can now connect directly with your iPhone 15 or iPhone 15 Pro without needing any dongle, thereby bypassing limitations on audio quality set by Apple's Bluetooth AAC codec that only outputs 256 kbps via wireless streaming. With the USB-C cable now directly plugged into your iPhone, you are able to listen to high-res audio files up to 24-bit 192 kHz. What this translates to is that you are getting the full range of frequencies, data, and bitrate almost as the original music file, the way it was recorded in the studio. Now, for many of us, the low resolution we hear through Bluetooth streaming is more than enough. I mean, that's the whole point of wireless headphones, right? But then, it's also true that high-res audio streaming has gotten much closer to the everyday person as the technology improves. Or should I say that high-res audio listening is returning after it had been relegated to a niche category with the introduction of the MP3. How many of you remember the days of Sony Walkman where your headphones streamed the CD quality of your songs because you were actually lugging around a pouch of CDs alongside that very bulky plate-like device that you play it with? Well, that's high-resolution quality there. And in hindsight, I see how much I myself took all of that for granted. Today, many people, especially the young generation, are missing out on this simple pleasure thanks to the push to share and stream music wirelessly. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but again, that's a trade-off. However, with the combination of the iPhone 15 and the Bowers Wilkins PX8 on wired mode, it is safe to say that the present has caught up with the past in a more future-facing way. And I tell you, even if you are not what they call an audiophile, something maybe you and I share in common, you will still notice the substantial improvements using your Bowers Wilkins PX8 in wired USBC mode. And I really encourage you to try it if you own these headphones. And previously, and that sounds like ages ago, to achieve this sort of high-res listening on your iPhone, you will need a DAC amp dongle like this iFi Go link dongle that I have here. It was released in November 2022 to a wide acclaim due to its portability and affordability. So imagine how clunky and expensive high-res audio listening could have been before that. But today, with the Bowers Wilkins PX series, all you need is a supplied USB-C cable to unlock access to the high resolution offered by streaming platforms such as Qobuz, Tidal, Apple Music, even Spotify Premium with this inferior resolution is upscaled to high res when listening on this mode. Originally, Bowers Wilkins equipped their headphones with a USB-C to take advantage of the desktop high-res audio listening. But with the iPhone 15 Pro, with its super fast A17 Pro Bionic chip, you and I, the everyday person, can now listen to high-res audio in the metro, on the way to work, without needing a bulky, clunky extra piece of gadget dangling from your iPhone. And that's impressive. Now, if you want to know more about the sound quality of the PX8, check out my review somewhere here. That said, what is immediately noticeable with the PX8 on wired mode is the refined, faster frequency response and perfect timing. The sound is well balanced and there is no such thing as clipping or muffling anywhere. Although treble could get slightly harsher at high volumes, and yes, in wired mode, it is also louder and more intense. One gets the impression that there is more headroom, I would say, for all the frequencies to play and roam, and that's amazing. And this has made me appreciate even more the material quality and the engineering of the PX8 drivers. On wired mode, the drivers are stretched as if you've put a BMW car on a German road with no speed limit. However, I dare say that the Bowers Wilkins PX series are not the only headphones with USB-C wired listening, nor is the iPhone the only one with USB-C port. In other words, you can have this combination with, say, an Android phone or some other headphones that support USB-C port. For instance, the Focal Batist or the Shure Ionic 50 and even the Sennheiser Momentum 4. Amongst these headphones, the Focal Batist is touted as being the most capable with its USB features, and here is why. Now, the internal DAC or DAC of the PX can only output at a maximum of 24-bit 48 kHz, regardless of the audio source. For most people, that's good enough high resolution. That also explains why iPhones limit wired listening to the same bitrate. However, if you want to stretch your appetite for high-res sound to the maximum, say 24-bit, 192 kHz, and even more, then you have to use a DAC amp like the one I introduced here, the dongle, but with headphones that allow that, headphone that is compatible. At this point, we are talking about mostly non-Bluetooth wired headphones. Anything beyond 48 kHz is leaving the realm of wireless headphones due to the internal DAC and DSP that work in conjunction with the microphones for ambient and noise cancelling modes. However, I hear that the Focal Batist is one of the few ANC wireless headphones that allows high-res playback with up to 92 kHz through its USB-C connector. because it also has a dark mode that you can switch onto, and that's impressive. I'm yet to review these cans. Well, perhaps soon on this channel. Have you subscribed yet? You might want to if you want to get more reviews on these headphones. Now, the Sennheiser Momentum sounds horrible and flat when used in wired mode through its USB-C connector. However, it seems to perform much better when used with a IFI Go Link DAC amp. I also tried to use the PX8 with the DAC amp, but the difference in sound was negligible, and that's because, like I said, the PX8's internal DAC is hardwired such that it reprocesses every audio piece that passes through it. That way, it's able to maintain equilibrium of sound quality across all the modes of ANC. In other words, there is really no passive mode for the PX series. This also explains why the headphones have to be turned on even while you are using it in wired mode. Now, in my opinion, it is pointless to use an external dongle in conjunction with the PX8 or other PS series for that matter. Besides, whenever a dongle is used, as with the case of the Sennheiser Momentum 4 for instance, the microphones and ANC features don't work. Speaking of which, there are a few things to keep in mind. When using the PX8 on wired mode, the headphones is simultaneously charged by your iPhone. So you will notice faster battery drainage of your phone. Secondly, if you want a stable and robust wired connection with the iPhone, remember to disconnect the PX8's Bluetooth connection with your phone. Otherwise, the connection will intermittently revert to Bluetooth, and that's a minor inconvenience. It means that you have to constantly check that you are on wired mode. So, the point of this video is to demonstrate to those with iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro that besides the myriad possibilities unlocked for photography and video production, they can take advantage of the USB-C connector for mobile, portable, hassle-free, high-res audio streaming if they have headphones that supports USB-C for wired listening. So that's it for today. I hope you have found this video informative. I feel there is a lot more that could have been said, but I didn't want to have this video bloated with technical jargon. So if you think there is more to be said, please feel free to leave a comment on the comment section. Of course, subscribe to the channel and join the community. You can also leave a like. It helps to signal the algorithm that this video and other videos on this channel is relevant. On that note, I wish you a wonderful day or night, depending on your time zone, and see you on the next one. Bye.